After years of strict lockdowns and a closed-off world, China has finally reopened its doors. And with a brand new 15 days visa-free policy, it's now easier than ever for travelers from a growing list of countries to explore this incredible place. As soon as this policy launched in November 2023, we jumped at the chance to discover China's endless regions and unique contrasts, from the busy megacities of Beijing and Shanghai to the tranquil ancient villages hidden deep in the mountains of Yunnan. In this series, we are sharing our first impressions as we travel across this vast nation. We'll dive into China's unique blend of modern and traditional culture, explore the people, the food, the infrastructure, and answer some of the big questions on everyone's mind. Is it hard to travel around China? Is it expensive? Is it really how some Western media portray it? Join us on this adventure.
We are in Pekin, China. We have a stopover of 3 days here in this beautiful city, and we have been already walking around yesterday, and I can just tell you, I'm amazed and I'm surprised. But today we want to show you as well why I am that surprised of this city, of this country, and I hope you will enjoy.
We stayed in a popular Chinese hotel chain called Crystal Orange. The rooms are huge and really well designed. Also, the facilities are super modern. The hotel prices in China are surprisingly affordable, sometimes even cheaper than Southeast Asian neighbors. Although this one in particular was one of the most expensive hotels that we've stayed in China, but it's worth it. During our entire time in China, quite often we found beautiful accommodations for the price of a bunk bed in a shared dormitory in Europe, which is pretty cool. Usually we don't eat anything in the morning times, but when there's a free breakfast buffet included in the price, you just can't say no. A cool feature of this hotel is that to deliver the takeaways and packages to the rooms, they use these cute little robots. What surprised me the most is that absolutely nobody except us did care about the presence of this little guy. It seems like they're so used to the robots already. First, we went to Wangfujing district, a pedestrian shopping street full of Western luxury brands, but also domestic ones. It was interesting to see a Catholic church hidden among all those fancy storefronts, which was originally established by Italian and Portuguese Jesuits back in the 17th century already.
So we are trying to buy tickets for the metro, but it's impossible for us because we are foreigners and the ticket machines, they need a verification ID card, which can only be Chinese. So we have to find a person to buy it.
Now we are here in the outskirts of the city, and we're going to the center to see a traditional neighborhood. A lot of shops, cafes and restaurants, and it takes around 1 hour to go there. The public transportation system of Beijing is massive, combining on the subway lines, light rails, trams, and even a magnetic levitation rail line. There are more than 50 lines in total. insane. So despite having a pretty efficient metro network, it still takes pretty long to get from point A to point B in this huge city, simply due to its size. Everything is electric. It's amazing.
Wow, it's so clean and quiet, and we're in the capital of China. It's so different than what I expected.
Is it just me, or do you also find this kind of motorized wax or plastic human sculptures really creepy? They seem to be pretty trendy now in China. I've seen them all around the country. And some of them are super realistic. Oh wait, this one is a real human. Now we are just walking around the hutongs of Beijing, and they are kind of traditional urban structures. You have hundreds, if not thousands of them. We've been just to a really trendy and touristy one called Nanluo Guxiang. It's really nice, full of little shops, but I think people don't live there anymore. It's more like a theme park. And now we're at the Daoying Hutong. It's still residential, but it's also a little bit touristy, so with a few cafes and shops, really relaxed, much more chilled than the previous one.
So now we are at the Temple of Heaven. The temple is currently closed, but we can visit the park.
It's okay. I have no idea why it's closed. The entrance to the park is only 2 euros, more or less, 15 yuan. So, not bad. So the last time that I've been here in Beijing, it was like 6-7 years ago, and in my memories, the city was much more chaotic, polluted, and loud in general. This time I feel like it's completely another city. Each time I come to China, I feel like it's a new country. Like, it changes so fast, but this time is really a big surprise. Like, most of the cars, the vehicles are electric. The buses, the passenger vehicles, the scooters, the bikes, everything is electrified, which means that you remove millions of little engines from the city, and suddenly there's no smoke, there's no noise. It's this white noise that you can hear in most of the European cities still. It's gone. It's the first time that I've been to a major city with this kind of electric traffic. It's amazing, I like it. I wish that Europe and North America was so fast with the switch from gasoline and diesel engines to electric cars. I think it's a really good choice. Also, this time I realized that how digital the country has become. You can do almost everything with your smartphone. You can pay with your smartphone. You can use public transport with your smartphone. The restaurants have their QR menus, and you can order directly and pay with your smartphone. I feel that in Europe, we're taking a much slower pace in terms of digitalization, and here is just crazy fast. And even the old people, you can see grandmas and grandpas paying with the QR code. Is so cute. I like it.
But you know that they opened the country for some countries of the European Union. So for example, Germany and Spain. And I know a few others. We're going to put it down in the description which ones. So you can enter the country visa-free during 15 days. And they started with the whole project in November 2023. It's supposed to end in 2024, November 2024. So if you have the chance, you should come before, because it's not clear whether they're going to extend the period or not. Another thing that I'm seeing here is, I've also seen it already in Vietnam, that people, they live in their own little worlds, in their own bubble. They don't really interact with others. Everyone is all the time with their mobile phone, and no one really cares. Like, no one is looking at me, although I'm the only tourist here right now. It's very, very interesting. I still can't believe that we're almost in the center of Beijing, and it is so quiet, so clean, so organized. It is everything but what I expected. Although there's one thing where I feel like China is stuck in the past. You know what? Public toilets. They're all squat toilets. So if you, before coming here, train a little bit squat position so that you're so that you're fit in doing so. So after walking through the old neighborhoods of Peking, now we're back in the future. Everything here is super futuristic, and of course I want to check out an electronic store just to see what's going on here with the electronic things. As you can see, we're also using DJI. Yesterday we went to the DJI flagship store. It was just like a different world. So I want to check this out, and I'm really excited. Let's go.
Many people in the West might still think naively that China is still a poor communist country, but the reality is quite the opposite. Although the single ruling party of the country, the Chinese Communist Party, has remained with the same name, the country itself has changed a lot since the economic reforms launched by Deng Xiaoping in the 1980s. China has quickly become one of the fastest growing and largest economies in the world. Especially in the last years, it has established itself as a manufacturing and innovation hub of several major industrial sectors, such as EVs, battery technology, mobile phones, solar energy, and drones. Which creates an interesting contrast between the image perceived from its name and the country's economic reality.